Hi student, this is Karthik Trivedi and you are watching a lecture series of Applied Thermodynamics with me. So in first video we have seen the introduction of Applied Thermodynamics. Now in this video we gonna see what is refrigeration, because we are going to start with refrigeration chapter, okay? And then we go for air conditioning and then we go for the first chapter. So this is the timeline that how we proceed, okay? So before we start the refrigeration part, some basic concepts regarding the refrigeration must be clear. Okay, so in this video we gonna cover what is refrigeration, also a little bit about what is air conditioning and how it is different from refrigeration. Then we are going to go for what is the vapor compression refrigeration system, or you can say that we are going to learn basic concepts of VCRS cycle and its different component, okay, and what is sensible heat and what is latent heat. So this video is very important regarding your concept related to vapor compression refrigeration system. So without wasting our time, let us proceed further. So now the first thing is refrigeration. So what do you mean by refrigeration? Okay, so refrigeration is the process of creating and maintaining lower temperature at a definite space or cabin than surrounding. Okay, so now let us break this whole definition into different part. So let us see the first. Refrigeration is the process. So it is a process of what? Of creating, not only creating and maintaining lower temperature. So you just not have to create a low temperature, you also have to maintain a lower temperature. So you have to create and maintain a lower temperature, but where? So it is at a definite space. Definite space means where you require a cooling. Let's say you require cooling at a X place, so at that place you have to create and maintain lower temperature. So it is a definite space or cabin where you require a cooling. But here also another question come, lower temperature, but compared to what? So you have to create and maintain lower temperature at definite space or cabin, then compared to what? Compared to surrounding. Okay, so three thing over here, you have to create and maintain lower temperature at where? At a definite space or cabin, and compared to what? Compared to surrounding. Okay, so now let's read further. So refrigeration is the process of creating and maintaining lower temperature at definite space or cabin than surrounding. Now you will understand, okay? Now the device which is used for refrigeration is known as refrigerator, okay, so that you know, and the gas used is known as refrigerant. So the whole this cooling is done by the gas which is known as refrigerant. So refrigerant is the hero of our movie, you can say refrigerant is the James Bond of our movie, okay? So the whole this cooling is done by the gas which is moving in the cycle, okay, so that gas is known as refrigerant. And the cooling effect produced by refrigerator is known as refrigerating effect. So when someone say refrigerating effect, that means it's talking about the cooling produced by the refrigerator, okay? And unit of refrigeration, or you can say unit of refrigerating effect, is known as turn of refrigeration. So short form is TR. When someone said TR, that means he's talking about turns of refrigeration. So TR is a unit of refrigerating effect, or you can say refrigeration. So also remember 1 tons of refrigeration is equal to 3.5 kilowatt. That is going to be helpful in a numerical part. So always remember 1 TR is equal to 3.5 kilowatt, or you can say 1 TR is equal to 211 kilojoule per minute, okay? So remember this conversion. So this is just what is refrigeration. Now let's move further. What is air conditioning? So air conditioning or air conditioner is the process of condensing and controlling the properties of air. You know, some students have a misconception that air conditioner is nothing but you have to create and maintain lower temperature in the room. No, it is not like that. Let us take one example. Let us say you are feeling hot in summer, and now what you will do? Whether you will go and sit inside the fridge, Yes, certainly, if you are going into the freeze, then you feel some coldness. But whether you are going to survive, no, you are going to die in this refrigerator because you are not getting proper air. Okay, so that is why. So air conditioning is just not about creating a lower temperature. It is also about the human comfort. You must feel comfort in that environment where you have created the lower temperature. So in air conditioning, you have to not only consider the lower temperature, but you have to consider human comfort. You have to consider ventilation. You have to consider humidity. You have to consider moisture content, air circulation. All these aspects will covered in air conditioning. So that's why here it is written. It is process of conditioning and controlling the properties of air. So that is the psychrometry part. Okay, so we will going to see that in the psychrometry chapter. Here I will just give you some basic thing related to air conditioning and how it is different from refrigeration. Okay, that we are going to see in very detail in psychrometry chapter. Okay, so psychrometry is nothing but air conditioning. Right now we are going to focus on refrigeration. Now we are going to start with the basic cycle on which refrigeration works is VCRS cycle, vapor compression refrigeration cycle, and it's working with pH and TS diagram. pH and TS diagram that we are going to take in next video, but right now we are just going to see what is VCRS cycle, what are its different components, and it's working. Okay, so before I will start explaining this VCRS cycle and its different component, there are two things which you need to remember. First, sensible heat. Second, latent heat. In sensible heat, temperature will change, phase will not change. Let's say example, if your water is 30 degrees Celsius, if you give the temperature, it will be at 50 degrees Celsius, but its phase will remain same. Water remains in a water state. So this is the example of sensible heat. Sensible heat means temperature change, phase will not change. Another concept, latent heat. What is latent heat? In latent heat, temperature will be constant, phase change. Let us take one example. Let us say water at 100 degrees Celsius, or you can say water, let us take another, water at 70 degrees Celsius, and it is converted into vapor also at 7 degrees Celsius. So temperature remains same 70, but water has converted into the vapor. So phase change, temperature remain constant. So latent heat means temperature constant, phase change. Again I'm going to repeat, whenever you talk about the sensible heat, that means temperature change, phase will not change. When you're talking about the latent heat, temperature remain constant, phase change. So always remember, in VCRS cycle, in refrigeration, when I say heat absorbed, that means I'm talking about latent heat absorbed. When I say heat rejected, that means latent heat rejected. Okay, when I say heat absorption, latent heat absorption means constant temperature heat absorption. When I say heat rejected, that means latent heat rejected, constant temperature heat rejected. Always remember this. In refrigeration, in evaporator, latent heat absorption will happen. In condenser, latent heat rejection will be happen. So in evaporator, constant temperature heat absorption, and in condenser, constant temperature heat rejection. Always remember this. Now some question will occur in some students' mind, sir, why in latent heat temperature will remain constant and phase change? Because whatever the heat energy absorbed or whatever the heat energy rejected, that will be utilized to convert in its structure form. Let's say water is in a liquid form and latent heat absorbed by the water. So what will happen? Whatever the energy absorbed, now water will utilize that energy to convert its structure, means from water to vapor. So converting from water to gaseous state. So that energy utilized in changing the crystallization structure. Okay, so that is why the temperature constant in latent heat. Still you have a question, you go to the Google and you can search in latent heat why temperature remain constant and phase change, and you will get your answer. Okay, now let's come to the main point. Let's see the basic component of VCRS cycle. First is evaporator, where heat absorption will be happen. So evaporator, heat will be absorbed, liquid converted into the vapor. Compressor, where we compress the refrigerant, so pressure and temperature will be increased. Condenser, where heat will be rejected, so there vapor refrigerant converted into the liquid refrigerant. Receiver is used for collecting the liquid refrigerant. There is an expansion valve. Expansion valve is used for reducing the pressure of liquid refrigerant. Now let us start this VCRS cycle. So let's say you are at here the numbering is given, okay, 1 2 3 4. So right now let us assume you are at point 4. So at point 4 you have a low pressure, low temperature liquid refrigerant. Now from this point 4 that will go into the evaporator. So now low pressure, low temperature liquid refrigerant enter into the evaporator. Now what will happen? Latent heat will be absorbed. So what will happen? The liquid refrigerant converted into the which refrigerant? It converted into the vapor refrigerant. So at point 1 you will have a vapor refrigerant, low pressure, low temperature vapor refrigerant. Latent heat, why it is low pressure, low temperature vapor refrigerant? Because in evaporator at point 4 you have a low pressure, low temperature liquid refrigerant. It enter into the evaporator, so where it will be absorbed. So liquid refrigerant converted into the vapor, and which heat absorb? Latent heat absorb. So constant temperature heat absorption. So at point 1 you have a low pressure, low temperature vapor refrigerant. Okay, now you will go to the compressor, because now you have absorbed the heat and now you have to reject this heat into the surrounding. But right now your temperature is lower than surrounding. So what you have to do? First you have to increase your temperature compared to surrounding, and then you have to reject it at the condenser. So what we will do? Now from point 1, low pressure, low temperature vapor refrigerant enter into the compressor. Okay, so now where it will compressed and converted into the high pressure, high temperature vapor refrigerant. So now at point 2 you have a high pressure, high temperature vapor refrigerant. Now it will go to the condenser. So in condenser you have a cooling water or cooling air circulation. So what will happen? This high pressure, high temperature vapor refrigerant will enter into the condenser. So now what will happen? The heat will be rejected to the cooling water or cooling air. So which heat rejected? It will be a latent heat rejected. So constant temperature heat rejection. So after rejecting the heat at point 3 you have a liquid refrigerant. Still this liquid refrigerant at a high pressure. So first what you will do? At point 3 you have liquid refrigerant. So first you will collect this liquid refrigerant into the receiver, but this liquid refrigerant is at high pressure. But at point 4 you require a low pressure, low temperature liquid refrigerant. So what you will do? From receiver it will go to the expansion valve where its pressure will be reduced. So that's why after passing through the expansion valve 8.4 you have a low pressure, low temperature liquid refrigerant, and again whole this cycle will be repeated. Again I am going to tell you one thing. When you pass through the expansion valve, pressure will be reduced. So what will happen? When some pressure will be reduced, so boiling temperature is also going to be reduced of the refrigerant. So what will happen? Some of the liquid refrigerant will be converted into the vapor because the pressure is reduced. So what will have? You will have at this point 4 you will have a mixture of liquid plus vapor refrigerant. So at point 4 you have mixture of liquid plus vapor refrigerant, and again this will go to the evaporator, again heat will be absorbed and whole cycle will be repeated. So this is the basic diagram or basic process of VCRS cycle. In next video we are going to see PA diagram, TS diagram of VCRS cycle. So next video is very important. I hope you will like this video. Have a nice day. Bye bye.